Hello everyone, Commander Bravebelly here. Today on the channel, I'm reviewing the newest rations out of France. This is their French Commando ration. This is Type T, Menu C for those of you that are interested in knowing the details. This expires in 2027. It's 2025, so 2 years from now. So this is like the most modern MRE that's out currently, or at least that I got a hold of and that I've seen online. So we have basically all it says, it's made in France and sans pork, so no pork. So for all you Muslims and just people that don't like pork for your personal reasons, you're safe eating this one. And everything else is written in French. Obviously, I'm an American, so I can't read French. And I do have the translator app. I don't care to use it though. We're just gonna discover everything as we go. I like the experience. Without further ado, let's get the show on the road. All right, so here we have it for today, the Glock knife. All right, very affordable, low priced, simple knife. Okay, does the job, and of course that beautiful Glock logo that everybody knows. I think that's why this knife is so popular. I've had a great experience with it. It's fairly light, especially the sheath. Look how nice it is. Good polymer. Of course, you know Glock, that's their specialty is polymers. Check that out. So yeah, that's today's showcase knife. I feel like it goes well with the French Commando. I wish I knew which exact knife the French Commandos use. So guys, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe I'll get it if it's a dope knife. All right, let's get it on. So nothing else to say about the package, just a green bag with a handle. And for 24 hours, not the most, amount of food. I've seen a lot bigger in many other rations, so we'll see what's in there. As long as the quality is good, that's fine. Now, there's some things in here that I could decipher from the language. You know, it says something about a dessert. It says something about nougat. So there's a nougat bar, some barra energy, so 2 energy bars, etc., etc. But we're gonna open it up and see what's inside. Let's go. First, let's see if it just tears open. It looks like perhaps it's slightly perforated, but that's just from the seal. We're gonna just slice right into it like butter, baby. All right, and here we go. This is the contents. First thing I noticed, the French cock right here. There it goes. And this is their famous biscuits that they use in all their MREs, I noticed. And I'm not the biggest fan of these because even the ones that aren't supposed to be sweet, they still taste sweet to me. So even though there's 3 different types, we have the chocolate, we have like cereal biscuits, a chocolate biscuit, and maybe, I don't know what that one was, salty biscuit, chocolate biscuit, and a cereal biscuit. That's what it is. So 3 varieties of biscuits, which makes it really nice. Obviously looks like store quality. So super cool. But you know what? They all taste sweet to me. We're gonna see if that's still the case. All right, moving on. We have napkins. Nice little pack of napkins, okay? I never use these kind of things like to blow my nose. If anything, it's just to wipe my hands, all right? I don't have like a runny nose, generally. All right, that sounded weird, but anyway. Okay, isotonic sports drink, fast, intense hydration. There is English on it. You could see this is a commercial product, and that's cool. If it tastes good, that's fine. Then we have some kind of plum puree, plum prune in different language. It's basically like some kind of jelly spread or something like that. Check that out. Obviously commercial as well. So the Commandos are getting commercial products. Fromage fondue. So this is some kind of spread. I wonder if fondue, that's probably like cheese, if I'm gonna guess. I don't know. We're about to find out, but nonetheless, commercial product with the chef. A lot of people have told me these foods aren't found in store shelves though, so they maybe just made it look commercial for the soldier. Who knows? The Combat Crunch, that's cool. I love seeing military MREs having some kind of tactical vibe, all right? So we have the camouflage, although it wouldn't work very well because it's yellow and red and cream, but nonetheless, I like this style. Puts me in the mood, as you can see. Okay. By the way, full disclosure, I'm not military, never was military. I have a career. Military is not for me. However, I do respect it. I'm intrigued by it as a heterosexual male. Masculinity, I just intrigued by tanks, airplanes, guns. I love shooting firearms, all that type of stuff. So this channel has given me the luxury to spend a lot of money on military foods. That's why I do this stuff. So just want to let you guys know, a lot of people ask me if I'm military because I do look militant. People always ask me, even people that never seen this channel, are you in the military? Never was. Not for me. Gladly, I never went to the military. All right, so this looks like obviously some kind of fish. We're gonna see what type of fish. Maybe it's tuna. Can's a little dented, but that's fine. Nice pull tabs, that makes things convenient. And I like how the bottoms are rounded, you see that? So maybe it helps from the cans getting dented. Perhaps maybe that's why they're designed, but it just looks a little modern, that's all. It's pretty cool. All right, then we have muesli, energy breakfast. We're about to have breakfast because it is my breakfast time. Haven't eaten all day. After this, I gotta go to work. All right, then we have a packet of, I guess this is their coffee packet. Let's open the coffee packet, the lot number, and it expires in 2027. So like I said, fresh for military type of food. And this is sugar. All right, we have 2 sugar packets in paper packaging. It was sealed in plastic though, so that's smart. None of this stuff should get wet. Then we have 2 Arabica coffees. I believe 2 instant Arabica coffees. Then we have a latte. So this one probably has the creamer and the sweetener in there, which I love. Then we have 2 different tea. This looks like a mint tea, and this is just like a black tea maybe, if I'm guessing. As an American, I'm not a huge tea drinker, but we will try everything. Want to be open-minded. We have a salt and pepper. We have 2 packs of this. All right, gonna keep going. Let's see what else we have in here. We have another bar. This is a chocolate bar, okay, dark chocolate, 65%, at least it tells you the percentage, so I respect that. Even though I don't like dark chocolate, the fact that it tells you the percentage usually is a better quality. When they never tell you anything, don't be surprised if there's hardly anything. All right, and then we have the nougat with the fruits. All right, so I think they love their nougat bars in France because every French MRE that I had has had nougat. Guys, let me know in the comments if nougat is like really popular. Here in America, it's around, but you'll never hear somebody talking about, oh, I can't wait to eat some nougat. You never see anybody eating nougat. It's just not popular. It's around though. Then we have some kind of soup. Glad I have hot water. Don't know what type of soup this is, but yeah, hot soup. That's awesome. Then we have the heating element, which we will not be using because I'm going to use this for my bug out bag and for camping and stuff like that. It's the whole set. I'm going to show you guys everything that's in here, but I have a gas heater that's going to expedite everything, and that's the whole pack. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for all the garbages. We got another camouflage bar. So we have the red camo and the brown camo. It's still pretty cool in my opinion. I like seeing the camo print. And then I didn't mention this bar. This is their strawberry like jelly bar, I believe. It's like like a jelly center, strawberry and blueberry, so mixed fruit. So nice. We have some bars, and then finally the mains. We have a kebab, a boulettes kebab. Okay, so what is that? Lamb, I guess? Lamb is kebab usually. I don't know. I don't eat I consider kebabs like Middle Eastern food in general. I might be wrong, but I'm not a huge kebab eater. And then we have some kind of Asian salad oriental, some kind of Asian salad. So I believe this is meant to be consumed cold. Okay, so we will see about that. But let me just go over. So this is Esbit. So this is by the German brand. Okay, and so this is the actual stove. You fold this and put the heating tab right in the middle, light it up. It's also Esbit, so this is the whole German experience made just for France, okay? And then we have this, which is probably, yeah, this is to pick up the actual can from here without burning yourself, I believe. It's meant to be used something like this. You see? There you go. So very straightforward. And we also have 6 water purification tablets. So 6, that's a nice, nice amount. Okay, luckily for us, we have pure water. Okay, so I will set these heating things aside, and also want to show you the matches. Very common, especially with the French. These same exact wooden matches with their Eiffel Tower and their arch, their famous Triumph arch. Okay, wooden matches, typical European matches. Let me light it up. Oh, and this is also Esbit. That's cool. So I didn't realize they manufacture all these things. Regular matches, can't say anything in detail about them other than typical, and yeah, nice smell. And then we have toothpicks, which I don't use, but I will pack this to my bug out bag and my like camping bag. It's nice to have. They're not the best, you know, because I do have tight teeth, like my teeth are close together. Those things really don't do anything for me. And then we have finally the last thing to showcase is a nice sizable garbage bag. Okay, here it is with the string to tie it, also with the rubber band to tie it if you want. I would actually use this for floss. We're gonna set that aside and get to eating. All right, so first let's start making some of these beverages. We're gonna see about this latte. We're gonna do all the liquids first. Okay, so here we are with the latte. And I don't know if this is supposed to be mocha, but it look. Oh yeah, this might be a hot cocoa. This is a hot chocolate. So hot chocolate for breakfast, here we go. And I do have a bowl here somewhere, yes, right in front of my eyes. We're gonna heat up the muesli as well. Oh, actually no, I forgot. I forgot you Europeans like your breakfast muesli cold, okay? The reason why we get it confused is the only thing we have cold is for breakfast is actual cereal, you know, the unhealthy American style cereals. That's what we have cold with milk. This, it looks like something that we would enjoy warm, but I know you guys don't, so I will do it your way. All right, we'll let that soak up a little bit. And I gotta say, it looks really nice, very chocolatey looking, has bits of chocolate. So this is a lot of sweets for breakfast. You know, I usually wouldn't have anything chocolate for my breakfast. To me, that's weird, but it is what it is. We're gonna see how it's like. Let that kind of like absorb a little bit. And while that's happening, let's see about this hot chocolate. You know what? I noticed no utensils. So the French are definitely issued a whole cook set. And I would like to purchase it if I could get my hands on a nice French cook set, including, you know, the cutlery. So maybe you guys let me know in the comments exactly which one it is, because I know they sell a lot of different ones. I want the authentic. So we're gonna let this kind of sit and heat up a little more. And now let's see about this instant coffee and sugar, and then the soup too. All right, let's do the soup. Not forget all the warm stuff. All right, so here goes the soup. This is what it looks like. It's called Nef. And the brand is Mada. Almost looks like Amazon logo. You see that? Smile. And yeah. Smells like a bouillon. All right. Oh, wow. It has little bits of like some kind of pasta, if you want to call it that or whatever. I'm going to try to bring it up close. I don't know if you see the little O's, the little circles. That's definitely one of a kind. Never seen anything like that. So I'm super curious about this soup. Won't put too much water, just a little bit. I want the taste to be strong and flavorful. All right, and let that steep a little bit. And then let's try, okay, a coffee. So this coffee, that's what it looks like. And just instant coffee. And it's like those big, it looks like the freeze-dried coffee. Not much to say about it. I'm not really a coffee snob. As long as it's smooth and palatable, that's all that I care about. Now, my coffees, I never drink straight up like this, hardcore. And there's no creamer. So that's how they're expecting you to drink it. Unless with sugar. I never drink my coffee with sugar. So I will save the sugar for the tea. All right, so let's try this coffee. Oh, just splashed it in my eyes. Smooth. Happens though. Yeah, wow, it tastes kind of strong for instant coffee. This is the strongest tasting instant coffee I've ever had. So for me, I'm not a fan of that because I drink American style coffee. So what that means, I like my cream. Actually, I just drink it with cream. So to me, this is like drinking tar. So not pleasant. I know the sugar will help a lot. I don't like sweet coffee, but I sure will like it more than just straight up black. All right, so let's see about this sweet coffee that's super strong and intense. Yeah, the sugar changes it so much. It's a lot smoother now, but I'm not a fan of strong coffee like this. Yeah, especially without creamer. So I'll pass on that. Okay, so let's try some of this breakfast now. This is the muesli. And I don't know if I added too much water, if it's supposed to be like soupy or not, or relatively dry, but here we have it. I'm gonna bring it up close, guys, check it out. So this looks like a chocolatey breakfast cereal, basically. Pretty good, a lot of good textures and crunch. Not sweet how it looks. It looks very sweet, but it's not. And you do get a crunch of the bits of chocolate. They're quite substantial. As far as texture is concerned, 10 out of 10. Very good. Nice quality. But as far as taste, it leaves a little bit to be desired. It just tastes like oatmeal and unsweet sugar. And that's not very good. If it was a little sweeter, maybe. From a 1 to a 10, it's an 8. The good thing about this is it is indeed neutral in flavor. So you could have it every morning and not be overwhelmed with all this sweetness. So it's actually not bad at all. Like I said, solid 8. This is the closest. But like I said, also not delicious either. It's just okay. And the cold liquid in here, mixed with whatever, if they have some kind of milk powder or creamer, to make it a little thicker, tastes good cold. Almost like I poured cold milk in here. That's what it tastes like. Now it's like a chocolate milk that's not rich in sweetness, but nonetheless, not bad at all. All right, let's see about this hot chocolate. Continuing on with the sweetness for breakfast. Okay. Actually sweet, nice, not Not over the top sweet and not over the top milky. As you can see, it's like semi-dark, but not bitter. This is like a grown-up's hot chocolate, okay? Very nice. Oh yeah, really good. It's not like rich and sweet and like candy. No, this is more like just a chocolate beverage that's very neutral in flavor as well. Really good. Wouldn't change anything about it, especially as far as a soldier. You don't want like anything over the top with flavors that it's like heavy. You just want to like polish it down and get on the move. All right, let's see about this soup now. The soup is looking hella thick, just how I like it. And we have all these weird little fake pastas in there that look like Cheerios or like just little circles. And it almost looks like gravy. That's how thick it is. I'm sure I could add more water, but I want the full sense of the flavor. You see how thick I got it? But I don't care. Let's give it a taste. First spoon going in. Oh yeah, very delicious. You got a lot of salt, so all that flavor is pushed forward. It has like little specks. I don't know if it's basil or parsley, but you could see the little greens in there. You see that? And it tastes like a condensed soup, like almost like a chicken noodle soup or something like that, but even more flavor, like chicken bouillon. And you do have like small little baby croutons that give it some kind of crunch. I don't know if the camera picks it up. You see that? And just very flavorful and thick and delicious. So far, this is the best product that I consumed out of this 24-hour Commando ration. Really nice soup. Very warming, very satisfying. Lots of flavor. Tastes a lot better than like industrial soups, like instant ramen or something like that. This tastes a lot better than that, so that's cool. All right, so let's see about these. Let me heat this up, okay? I'm gonna heat that up. I'm gonna put it on my pan and heat it up. This is their kebab. And check it out. Look at the sauce. It looks very complex. Okay. Smells like tomato sauce. And it has bits of tomato, as you can see. You could see green peppers, onions, and the meat, which I'm assuming is probably lamb. Yeah, it smells like a mix of tomato sauce and peppers. So, not bad at all. Gonna just empty it out. And it looks like there's some kind of rice in there as well. So we'll heat this up real quick. Let me show you another close-up of everything. Okay, and going to heat it up right now. And we're off to the races. All right, I'll cover it up. That way it heats up just slightly faster, hopefully. And let's see what's in this salad. That's the cool thing about the French MREs. I believe some of the items are meant to be consumed cold. So we're gonna see if that's the case. I could be wrong, and if so, then I will heat it up and just see how it tastes. It looks very pretty. And what I mean is just complex, very colorful, visually appealing. You know, they say you eat with your eyes, so. And it look, you know what? I'm gonna put it all out on the plate. So yeah, this has chickpeas. So I believe you're supposed to eat this just like this at room temperature. So I will attempt to do that. And like Oriental salad, it's called. One more time. So it does have chickpeas, like I said. It looks like beans. I don't know the type of beans, but definitely beans. We have what looks like some kind of buckwheat or something like that, like some kind of grain. And then we have paprika and meat. See how glistening that looks? Very appealing, in my opinion. Let's go. First bite, a little bit of everything going in. Cheers. Very nice. The oiliness makes it savory and delicious. Doesn't taste like heavy in oil. Okay, it tastes like a very light, flavorful oil with the peppers. Really nice. Now I am curious as to what meat this is. They said this has no pork. So perhaps it's beef. That's what I'm gonna guess. If you guys know what meat that is, leave it down in the comments below. But it's very hard to distinguish the meat. All I know is I get a lot of like oily, peppery flavor that is quite delicious. It almost tastes like a jar full of roasted vegetables, you know, in oil, like a Greek, Italian kind of thing. Very nice, especially that you could eat this at room temperature, so it makes things faster. Very smart. From a 1 to a 10, I'll give this like an 8. It's good because it tastes like real food. It doesn't taste synthetic, doesn't taste like chemicals. It has chickpeas, which have a lot of good nutrition and protein. Very filling, pretty good, but it's not the best, okay? It's not like the most savory and like delicious, but it's up there. So a solid 8. The only negative I'd say about it is the meat tastes exactly like everything else. I wish the meat was more seasoned and had a more prominent flavor, more prominent taste. Otherwise, it just tastes like meat with no flavor, and I don't know what meat it is. Nonetheless, not bad at all. Anybody could eat this, can't complain. All right, let's see the next meal. And let's try some of this isotonic drink. All right, now my favorite beverages of all time are cold beverages. So glory for me. I get to drink something cold, and this looks like it's maybe like a lemon flavor, right? Big granules, big crystallized granules. And I smell the lemon, and it doesn't smell the best. It smells like industrial lemon, almost like something that you would clean your oven with. So I'm not a huge fan of that. Let's see the taste. Weird. Very weird in flavor. Doesn't taste as sweet as you would have expected it. I mean, yeah, I guess it's sweet. It's not tart. It doesn't have that tartness to it. It's just like a hint of lemon and a lot of sugar after I mixed it better. So it's more sweet than lemony and not tart at all. So not a good lemonade in my personal opinion. I'm used to an American style lemonade, which is tart and sweet and more of a lemon flavor. This has not so much. All right, and it looks like the food is ready. We're not gonna waste too much time making everything too perfect. We are enjoying military food after all. So, wow, this smells great. I smell the mushrooms in here, which is I did not expect. So it has that dank, earthy mushroom smell, which is beautiful. Haven't smelled that coming from a military MRE ever. So that's a big change. As you can see, that mushroom right there, sizable pieces of mushroom, which I love mushrooms. So that's cool. So we have their kebab, so maybe that's the lamb, and then we have like their whatever type of rice they use. Looks like onions and some peppers as well, maybe like a little bit of spices. Yeah, it does look like little peppers, if you could see up close. Now this is scorching hot, and I'm gonna take a little bit of everything. Don't want to burn my mouth. Cheers. Okay, yeah. So most likely this is lamb. It has like that dankness to it. Way more flavorful than the previous meat that I just had. Probably because it's hot for starters, so that brings out a lot of flavor. That's how it looks up close. So almost what we call here in America like meatloaf. That's the texture, definitely meatloaf. So very well cooked. But just a slight hint of that lamb flavor. It's not overpowering, overbearing, which is a little bit more on the neutral side. Let's see if some of this salt brings out more flavor. Hopefully. I love when salt brings out flavor, and pepper, the white spices. Now I must say, you don't taste too much of the mushroom, but you do smell it. I mean, that's a nice plus. This is definitely from a 1 to a 10. I give this a 9. I like it more than the previous one for the mushrooms. Okay, the mushrooms and the meat, all right, is a little more flavorful. Yeah, really, really nice. It tastes stewy as well. As you can see how moist it is with like whatever sauce they used. I don't know if that's the mushroom sauce. But like I said, the mushroom is just a hint. This is not like overpowered with mushroom. And here goes the meat. Yeah, but the meat is slightly better, but it's not amazing. It's also like cooked so much that it's kind of like dry, okay? It's like dry meatloaf. So not the best, okay, for military food, but not the best. It just tastes like overcooked meat, okay? And also not enough flavors. More than the last one, but still could do more flavoring. So from a 1 to a 10, solid 9. Really good, no chemical aftertaste. Filling, flavorful, pretty nice. All right, gonna move on to, let's see about these canned foods. Here goes the plate. And I'm gonna open both of them up just to see what we're working with. Okay, I was right. This is the cheese. So, and then this, I believe, is tuna. Or like a white fish spread. I don't know. I'm super excited about it. This looks different. Never ate anything like that. And let's see about these crackers now. As you can see, we have the variety pack. So let's go. I believe that's the cereal one. Oh, it says right on it, cereal, chocolate, and salt. So we'll do salt with the cheese. Actually, I'll do salt with both of them. Let's see if they're actually salty. Like I said, I remember these also being sweet. Yeah, They are salty, but they're salty sweet biscuits. So that's weird to me. There is salt on them, but overall, in general, this is a sweet biscuit. So it's weird for my palate. The texture is very dry and dusty, but the flavor is not the worst. These are better than some crackers. Like the Russian crackers, I would say, are probably the worst in any MRE. They just taste stale right away and dusty. These don't taste that, that stale, even though they're dry. The cheese. Wow, this is the best MRE cheese I've ever had. Because look how soft and spreadable it is. Look, you don't even need a knife. Perfect, so you know it's soft. And number two, the flavor is like real cheese. Okay? Has a lot of saltiness to it. Doesn't taste as highly processed as other cheeses in military MREs, even though this is also. But the cracker is too sweet. Like I said, really nice cheese. Wouldn't change anything about it. It just tastes like a soft, spreadable, not too funky. It's not like a Swiss or anything. But yeah, pretty good. Really good cheese, actually. Definitely the best cheese out of any MREs that I've had so far. The drinks, the hot chocolate is good. The coffee's too strong for my personal liking. The lemonade, not tart, and just tastes like sugar with just a pinch of lemon flavor. But no, for me, on the muesli, really good. And the soup, delicious. Just giving you guys a rundown. And this is the whitefish spread on the salt cracker that tastes sweet. First, I'm gonna try it straight up. They say don't eat off the knife because it's a bad omen, but that's only if you believe in that type of stuff. I don't want to live in fear, paralyzed of all these freaking old wives' tales. Wow. This is so different. This tastes really fishy, like herring or something. Okay, so this would not be popular in the American market, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Tastes very, very fishy, like herring is. The texture is nice and smooth. You don't taste mayo at all, even though that's what it looks like. Really interesting. Very different, but only because I'm not used to eating stuff like this. But there's nothing wrong with this. Just a fishy spread that spreads very nice. Not bad at all. Nice and smooth, good texture. Just really fishy, like you're eating herring. Definitely one of a kind, but I do like it because it's so different. So that's a cool experience, guys. Ugh, that lemonade is terrible. All right. As far as the teas, I don't even feel like opening them. They're mint tea and regular tea. Who cares? Sorry, guys. Let's see about this. Is this a jam? Let's see if this jam goes on the cracker. Sorry about the little mess I got going here, but let's try it on the cereal cracker now. This is the cereal cracker. It tastes exactly like the salt one without the salt, so it's sweet. And this is their spread, I believe. It's supposed to be plum. How is this plum, guys? Look at that. On what planet are plums? Well, the interior of a plum is actually this color. Pretty good because it's not syrupy and not overly sweet. So pretty nice actually. And I love the fact that it's in a squeezable pack. This is the smartest thing any kind of MRE company, provider for the military. This is the smartest way to go. You have to have your jellies squeezable, not spreadable. It just makes everything faster, more convenient. That's how it should be done. The way the French did it is really nice. I like the cereal cracker the most. I mean, it's meant to be, it's sweet, so it's cool. All right, let's move on. Let's go and try the chocolate biscuit. They do look interesting, guys. Check out the chocolate ones. They just look like a chocolate chip style. You see that? Very different. And I feel it's the same biscuit. I feel like all these biscuits is literally the same biscuit. And then they'll put salt on one and call it a salt biscuit, and then they'll put chocolate chips in another and call it the chocolate biscuit. But it's all foundationally the same. And so I like the cereal one the best. This one is just like a light chocolate. And then I noticed that in this French MRE, all the chocolate is very light. It's not like this dessert candy chocolate. It's almost like a chocolate like for a grown-up to have with tea or something, if you know what I mean. It's like very European style. In America, if you're eating chocolate, it's either, if you want chocolate not to be sweet, you're gonna get dark chocolate. Otherwise, it's all gonna be sweet. None of it is really that sweet. So that's difference for me, which it's fine. I respect it. All right, let's see about this nougat, which is apparently popular in France, guys. Let me know if it indeed is popular, or is it just popular for MREs. But taking it out, and it is all sticky and mushy. As you can see, they used a little like thin wafer to have the sides from sticking, but they probably should have put it on all the sides because it is a sticky mess. Nonetheless, up close, we got the little sweet fruits. Let's check it out. Yeah, nougat. Just tastes like a marshmallow with little pieces of like raisins. That's exactly what it tastes like condensed, compressed marshmallows. I'm not a fan. It just tastes like you're eating pure sugar. Too much for me. All right, gotta move on to this jelly bar. Oh, wow, I didn't expect it to be like this. I had this before, but I forgot. So it's a jelly bar coated with sugar, so it's not that sticky. As you can see, it's not sticking to my hands. It just looks like a dense fruit. Let's break it open. Oh yeah, look, even hard to break. That's what it's looking like. It tastes good. It tastes like wild berries. You know, it has that strong like blackberry currant flavor. You can't really taste strawberry. You just taste like a wild berry, so that's nice. The flavor is delicious, but the texture, I'm just eating like pure syrup here. I'm not usually a fan of these things, so not the best for me. But there's nothing wrong with it. It just not my favorite. All right, let's see about this Noir 65% cocoa. That's what it looks like. Starting to bloom, but that's just from temperature gradients. Okay, that's fine. Let's see if it crunches. All right, got somewhat of a snap. That's what it looks like. Yeah, black chocolate, dark chocolate bar. Very straightforward. Nothing more to say other than it's a 65% dark chocolate bar. Not my favorite. I'll take milk chocolate any day over that. All right, let's see about this Combat Crunch. Bear Crustel al caramel. Okay, so this is a caramel bar. Oh, okay. So it looks like one of those granola style bars. Check that out, compressed. Flavor is nice, the crunch is nice, doesn't taste cheap, tastes very typical. Has like that puffed rice crisp kind of texture. Not bad at all. Wouldn't change anything about it. And it looks like this is the final item in the menu. Guys, this cheese is fire, by the way. I must say, as far as people saying the French is like the best, I could see why they say that, because the product quality is nice. Nothing looks like terribly cheap. But also, and the food is good, but I wouldn't say it's the best. You know, there's some good things, some things that are just mediocre, like the beverages, for instance. In my opinion, the beverages are mediocre. I could see people saying that this is so amazing because all the stuff is kind of like commercial quality, you know, like stuff you would buy in a store and you get options. It's not the best cracker. The Polish cracker is way better. Suchary tastes much better than this, in my personal opinion, because you're not going to want to eat sweet crackers all the time. Sometimes you want something more, a little more savory that goes better with the actual hot meals. All right, last but not least, this Combat Crunch, what flavor? Cranberry. All right. And so they put some kind of, and you smell the fruitiness right away when you open it. I'm probably going to like this one more. You could see the little dried cranberries in a pretty color. So this one looks more appealing also, in my opinion. Smells good and fruity. Nice and smooth, good crunch. Same deal, but better flavor than the last one. This is my favorite out of all the sweets included. This is my favorite one. So that's saying a lot. You know, if this is your favorite out of the entire MRE from the sweets, and look how basic this is, like as simple as it gets. So not much to brag about, if I'm gonna be honest. So real good, but not over the top amazing. Okay, from a 1 to a 10, the overall experience, I'll give the French Commando MRE about a 7.5 on its best day. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging out this long, staying to the end. Please like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, signing off.